I tried selling Pokemon cards on Whatnot Australia, and here's what happened. I've been streaming on Whatnot Australia for about 4 months now, and I set myself a challenge to go to a local Melbourne card show and see if I could break even or even make a small profit selling Pokemon singles on the platform. I include all the data, all the prices, I break it all down, so let's get right into it. But first, before we continue on to the results of this video, doing a cheeky giveaway for a sealed Journey Together box topper. All you have to do to enter is like this video, make sure you're subscribed, and leave a comment down below, and then I will be in touch. This giveaway will go from a week of when I posted the video. Make sure to enter. Woo! Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Ashley here for another Buyer POV, and Brady with his Diglett shirt.
Yay! Can you Diglett?
Can you dig it?
I can, actually.
Lovely. So we're headed to the Sunbury Cards and Collectibles Market. It is free entry, so we're getting there about a half hour before doors open, so we'll see how hectic it is. Also really funny, like I know it's kind of, it might be self-explanatory if it's in an indoor sports center, but it's funny to see that it literally in an indoor sports center, shout out Ubu Mart, you can just see there's, I mean I would call it a baseball net, but I mean that's not a thing in this country. So I don't know, cricket, netball, I don't really know. We'll figure it out. I have a challenge for this card show. Is we've been not doing as many singles streams lately on Whatnot. We do stream on Whatnot 2-3 times, sometimes more a week. Make sure you hit the top link in the description to come hang, come join. It's a live auction streaming platform, and you get $15 free credit if you join. And we do get a small kickback as well, so it's much appreciated. We enjoy, or at least speaking for myself, I enjoy doing singles to an extent, but it can be really depressing if you're constantly losing money on it from a business perspective, as you would expect. Like even if you get a card at 70% market or 80% market or what even 60% market, you throw it up for an auction and it could sell for 40% market, so you just never know. Like that's the nature of auctions.
You can buy it for 60% market and sell it for 80% market, but then you get destroyed by fees and what have you. Yeah,
obviously like fees, GST, like everything, all of that goes into it as well.
The Australian market on Whatnot, especially for singles, is so different to like the US.
It's so different because
I was watching a US stream yesterday. Someone put up a regular Charizard EX
from like Scarlet and Violet,
like nothing special, and it went for 74, I think.
AUD, which is crazy.
No, 74 USD.
74 USD.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's even worse.
Yeah.
You could barely sell a base set Zard at market.
Yeah.
Singles, especially on Whatnot, are just so unpredictable because you could get one single, put it up, because it all depends on who's watching, who the audience is, and you could sell it for $20 one day and then the next day sell it for $2. So let's see if I can get a bunch of Pokemon TCG singles under or close to market and profit on Whatnot Australia. That's my challenge for the day. Going into the sports center, I was pretty optimistic, but also quite terrified at the same time. Thankfully, the first hour or so was still really chill at the event, even though there was no early entry. So first stop was Gotta Sell 'Em All Australia. I have mentioned them many times before. One of our staples to go to, especially for this sort of like vintage Japanese bulk. I swear I go to this every single show. Yeah, I've been given a challenge to break even on singles.
Break even
on Whatnot.
Okay.
So that's my challenge.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, I had no idea the market on that one. Let's see. See, I love vending, but people suck at appreciating vending.
It's gotta be the right vending.
That's sick.
You want more vending? I have more, but it's like I think all the ones I have are actually in the binder, but I've got
No, you are all good. You are all good. Thank you. Any vending that are calling your name? Rude. I think people are gonna care about Horsey.
But like that.
20 ducks though. I don't know.
But that's the tricky thing.
is pretty rough.
So for stop one, we decided on a small stack of $1 and a few $2 Japanese Watsi, like some Gym Challenge era, decent condition, and then also picked up this new Black Star non-hollow promo. Next up was Edge Collectibles. They mostly had some Japanese in their binders, so we had a decent look. Oh, that's cute. I found myself really torn throughout the card show because the normal market price of a card and the whatnot market price of a card are two very different things in most cases, where just over time, honestly, we just look at a card and we're like, could we get that amount plus, you know, fees and profit margin from this card on whatnot? Yes or no? Not necessarily like checking comps on every single card. Obviously for more expensive cards and ones we aren't super familiar with the market, we will, but in this case, I was just like, okay, could I see myself getting that much plus extra on that card or whatnot? And yeah, went from there. We ended up grabbing a few tag teams, a few art rares of varying prices, and then thought this fur, it was really cute. I am really enjoying Journey Together.
How we doing, guys?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, we're getting there. Getting home at 3 a.m. probably wasn't a smart move.
Oh, what are you doing?
I had a pop punk gig at the State Champs in Neck Deep.
Oh, you went to that one! I was debating it, but...
Neck Deep played, what is it, A Part of Me? Which
They
did? They haven't played in...
This one's a maybe. What do you think? No, I'm not confident in that one. Third stop was JT Collectibles, another classic that is at a lot of local Melbourne shows. Originally was tempted by these tag teams before realizing that they were Chinese, and the Chinese market isn't as straightforward here in Australia, so I decided to hold off on those, at least for now. But did pick up like Articuno from Battle Partners and a few other gems. Like, I was excited about this. Simplified Chinese Pika, a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon like Chansey. The Misty Psyduck did bring up a very important question.
What did you get?
A Misty Psyduck for $39.
Oh.
They normally go for like $55, $60.
Well, yeah, you don't have one, do you?
No.
No.
Okay, that's coming out of the budget.
So basically, nothing's going on stream. We're keeping it all.
We're keeping it all. Nothing's going on stream. We're so excited. Dark Gengar. At first, I was quite scared about the price, checking comps on it, but this hollow, I was like, that is so worth the gamble. Look how clean that hollow is. And the edges as well. Fourth stop was Fire Breaks. They had a $5 AR binder, which is great for the current market. It's crazy to think about because a couple months ago you could easily find these for like $2, $3, but obviously with the market at the moment, I was still very happy to find this because a lot of ones that were in there, I was like, okay, well, these are popular Pokemon, worth a shot. Let's see if these can profit for more than 5 or break even. The world may never know. Well, actually, you will know if you keep watching. I reveal everything very soon. If I was buying and not caring if we even broke even, I would have gotten so many more, but was a bit picky. Picked up one Sylveon Pokeball, some art rares, especially that are worth a decent amount in English because the artwork is really cool. And then did run into Kath, shout out, I'm sure you guys already follow her, but was helping her with her Journey Together binder before heading to the next stop, which was Stasis Collectibles. Debating that one.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
It's like a perma box. Yeah, only in Japanese.
There's still some hype around Evolutions, and I love these Sword and Shield promos, so we picked up a few, as well as some varying art rares from like Battle Partners, Heatwave. This Umbreon as a hollow is really cool. And then headed over to our next stop, which was Uwu Mart. They had a dollar binder, which is quite rare to see at a lot of card shows. Like, some vendors will do it, but quite hard to find. So we were so excited to see that and picked up a couple Vs, VMAXs. We got a decent variation like Mewtwo, Darkrai, Cool Player stamped promo, Mew, Suicune, Rayquaza, Ho-Oh. You got the gist. We tried to get, I thought that Blitzel was really cool. poor Passimian was in the dollar binder. But we're like, sure, why not? Some trainer galleries, Squirtle 151 promo, variation. Figured we would test it out, but the Cafe Master was not for this experiment that we kept for ourselves. Hi. Guys, everyone, the Ubu Mart team.
Happy to see you.
Woo! Yeah, get that for yourself. That is cool.
Tag team Blastoise.
Yeah, I do the tag team.
I think some other stuff.
No, I do the tag team.
Picked up a whole bunch of dollar singles, some $5 singles. Won't go through them all. But also picked up some CGC slabs.
Separate from stuff for the stream, did grab the Glaceon keychain of theirs. Look how cute with all the evolutions. Okay, stack of slabs, Sylveon. Oh, the Galarian Moltres. This is Brady's actually.
Yeah.
Personal collection. Umbreon, Vaporeon, another Umbreon. Sometimes some lower end slabs do okay. Tag team, really excited. I mean, very much, we don't know how anything is going to go, so we are just trying. Pokeball. Our last spot of the day was pan-fried cards. Had a quick look through their binder, and then shout out, they have these really cute figurines that they gave us to give away on stream, so keep an eye out, they're really cute. Also, completely separate, we came across a stall that had an A slab, so we were quite excited to have a look. They are based in the UK, and we've been wanting to grade with them and get our hands on some of their products, but stuff is like really backed up and expensive to go to the UK. But anyway, that was cool. Okay, card show started getting a bit claustrophobic and busy, so it was overall a smaller show, but still really great. So basically we were trying to see what we could spend under $1,000. Was a roundabout budget. We didn't have a strict budget, but I would say roundabout there. So in total we spent $971, but $265 of that was for our personal collection or for giveaways. Technically only $706 we spent towards the single stream. Stay tuned, we'll see how the stream goes. Step 3, the stream. The rest of this video is going to focus primarily on the stuff we picked up at the card show. However, I did want to briefly mention that we did pick up the 2 private collections, and that stock we also included in this stream just to add a broader picture. And then I also further wanted to test, hypothesizing science, we love science. I'm a full-time scientist, by the way, so I was like, we love it. Not only did I want to test it going to the card show, but I also wanted to be like, okay, if we bought collections at 60% market, would that change anything? If we bought collections at 70% market, would that change anything? And yeah, let's get into the nitty-gritty detailed results. So I guess to add a bit more context, the main 2 categories of fees that come out from selling something on Whatnot is the commission fee, which is the standard 8%, and then the processing fee, which is 2.9% plus 30 cents. So for every single transaction, both of those come out. Whatnot is really transparent about their fees. Like on their website, they do list everything quite clearly. It just, at least personally, took a moment to wrap my head around exactly how it works because of the 2 different examples that I will be going over in a second. You can see how, depending if that's the transaction that someone buys shipping or not, it can impact things as well. So we'll get into that. So this was a dollar card that we bought at the card show. So it sold for $1. This example I thought was important to include because it said it sold for $1, but our total payout was actually only 21 cents. And this one in specific was a lot less of a payout than normal. Like most of the other dollar singles that actually sold for $1, the total payout was 55 cents. So this is the one thing that I'm seeing a lot more people catch on to with Whatnot, is just how simply not profitable it is to start things at $1, because if they do sell for $1, you could make 20 cents, like in this example, where because of the different taxes and fees, it was this buyer's first purchase of the stream, so they did pay for shipping. And so that impacts it. So that's why the processing fee and the taxes were a bit higher in this example than say this example, which would be 55 cents as a total payout. So overall, I would say the stream itself went, I guess, as expected. Okay, what do you think? Or do you think it's going to be Mostly red or mostly green? Brady, I've been working on this all morning. Brady has no idea. What's your prediction?
How many cards was it?
Around 90, including slabs that we got from the card show.
Okay. I'm predicting about 70% of them are red.
Okay. And do you think overall we made or lost money?
Lost.
Okay. Would you like to see the results?
I mean, there's more green. Oh, I see why that's green, because it's the dollar ones, yeah. Because even if they go for like 2,
But look
we
at
still technically make like...
But look at the total on the bottom. So we made 160.
Really?
Yeah. So we were net positive from the card show.
GG's.
Thank you very much. Because then I was going
I'm
to
shocked because like there's so much red in there, and I feel like all the red ones are like the bigger ones where we have the potential to lose a lot of money.
Yeah, but then if you look at the Dark Gengar, if we take out the Dark Gengar from the equation,
Yeah.
we would have lost money overall.
Oh, we knew that when we yeah.
Yeah. So let me redo the numbers and then update. So if we take out the Dark Gengar, which went for a lot more than we ever thought it was going to go for, here are the metrics on that, then we would have made $11.
Yeah.
Do you think all of that work is worth $11?
That's a very rhetorical question. Yeah. That also doesn't factor in like packaging,
Supplies, time.
time. Yeah. Time is money.
Time is money. So minus the Gengar, we made $11. So if you consider that a success, awesome. I technically still won the bet because even though the bet was just, can we make money? Can I pick out the right cards to make money in a stream from buying singles at a card show? The answer was yes. We technically did profit, even though that profit was mostly due to one card. I still won the bet. But is this sustainable? No.
I'm interested to see what we can do with like the cards that we buy in like big sort of bulk deals.
Yes.
Like 70% and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to preface, as part of this experiment, here, let me get out the numbers. Oh, hi Luna. Luna's here, everyone. So we had the $657 total spent from the card show, but also that week I had 2 collection deals that I did. One we bought at 60% and one we bought at 70%. And I wanted to include those numbers in this video to kind of as different ways that a Pokemon card business, seller, streamer can get stock, not only at card shows, but through private deals, private collection buys, things like that. So to include those numbers as well, I felt would add more to the overall picture of what it's been like, at least for us recently, selling Pokemon singles with the Australian market on Whatnot. So it was $657 from the card show as discussed, and then $530 from a deal we bought at 60% market value, and then $715 for a deal we bought at 70% market value. We normally aim for around 70% market value depending on what it is. So total spent going towards this stream is $1,902. And full transparency, as promised, our final number was $1,970.98. And I think to look at that number plainly, like if you just look at that number and you're like, oh, okay, well, 1970 is bigger than 1902, so you did make money and it was a profit and it was successful. However, it is not that simple.
I mean, we got good deals at the show. We did buy things under market, but it wasn't like severely under market. So, I mean, I'm surprised that we broke even technically.
We technically broke even.
Yeah.
I mean, taking away all business costs and time, but
Yeah.
But like looking at the first page, so taking into account the Gengar, seeing that number at the bottom, Do you think all of that was worth $160?
No.
Really?
No.
I mean, if you take into account the time of going to buy the cards, fuel to get to this card show because it was quite far.
My stomach's rumbling.
Yeah. Because it was quite far.
Well, think about it like
shipping
this.
supplies.
The show, we were at the show for like an hour, maybe 2.
Yeah.
So that's 2 hours.
Yeah.
Driving there and back was like a half-hour thing.
Yeah.
So that's another hour.
Yep.
So say we're at like 3 hours.
Yep.
Streaming itself, I can't remember exactly how long the stream was, but
If we're just focusing on this list of cards, like 90 cards, we'd probably do in like an hour and a half.
Yeah. So what are we at now?
4.5 hours.
4.5 hours.
And then packing orders, which is at
to
least
pack-
another hour and a half.
Yeah, so that's like 6 hours.
Yeah.
So
if you want to do what, 6 hours?
if you go,
So it's just 160 divided by 6 hours. That's 26 an hour. That's 26. It's like 26 and 60 cents an hour.
yeah.
So I guess it's
But that's
a,
for both of us.
yeah. So then that's,
divide that by 2.
So technically, for each of us, that would be $13.30 an hour,
Yeah.
which is less than half of minimum wage in reference.
Oh, that's above wage in America.
Yeah, well, not
So-
converting. Yeah, so depending on which country you live in. Okay. So again, if you consider that a win, I will leave that up to you. Personally, to do all of that for $68, not even like profit, I would say, because as discussed, like there are a lot more costs that go into shipping, and we do have our full-time things, so it's not necessarily sustainable. But I thought this was a really fun experiment. I hope you guys enjoyed our little experiment. Had a lot of fun putting together the back end like numbers side of it, although it was time consuming. I myself really enjoy watching creators specifically on YouTube who are really transparent. And this isn't to say that like all the time you can or cannot make a profit selling Pokemon cards, like on Whatnot in general. It was more so just, this is a true experience. This is what happened. It's not always sunshine and rainbows. It's a lot of fun streaming. It's a lot of fun building a community and Whatnot. We have a lot of fun, but obviously we're not going to win every time. And so I thought it was really important to share a moment where we did not win. We've not won a lot of times, but this is one where we didn't. If you enjoyed this style of content, please let me know down in the comments. Happy to chat more like numbers and back end stuff of it, because I do find it really interesting. It's just like a weird place that the Australian market is in at the moment, with like the boom and increase in sellers and less buyers. I've talked about it so many times before, but anyway, that's just a little tidbit, little marketing chat for the day. But hope you guys appreciated it. Make sure to check us out on Whatnot if you want to come hang out next time we're streaming. We're streaming 3 or 4 times a week now. It's a lot of fun. Or if you want to scan the QR code. Woo, upping technology. Follow on Instagram, doing giveaways over there. And yeah, I will catch you guys next time. Bye.